prodigal son. Thanks so much for being here today. Today we start reading letter 1 again of the letters of Christ, or the letters of the Spirit. In Excerpt 1, the Spirit sets forth the introduction to the letters and refers to the purpose of the letters basically. Please enjoy the reading. Letter 1, Excerpt 1. Summary. Purpose of the letters. The Spirit comes to rectify the misinterpretations of the teachings of Jesus in Palestine 2020 years ago. The letters are for all people, for those who search for meaning in their lives and strength to overcome difficulties, and for those who long for greater spiritual awareness. The letters are intended to bring enlightenment to the world generally, to enable humanity to construct a new consciousness during the next 2,000 years, evolution of humankind from the days of Jesus to our present time. In the 19th century, man reached the apex of evolution towards brotherly love and a spirituality based on intense prayer. This led also to an apex of growth and expansion in every facet of human life. However, people did not yet know how to use divine power spiritually and veer off to ego channels of creativity. This brought evil fruits as well as the good fruits of the spiritual consciousness of inspired and enlightened people. I, the Christ, take this opportunity to speak directly to you. I have come to rectify the misinterpretations placed in the teachings given when known as Jesus in Palestine 2,000 years ago. They are being put through one who, during the past 40 years, has been spiritually sensitive and dedicated enough to receive my words and act on them. These letters are truth. They transcend all religious doctrines in the world. These letters will liberate you. They are for all people who are searching for meaning to existence, purpose in their lives, strength to face the daily struggle to live and endure hardship, sickness, despair, and inspiration for those who aspire to greater spiritual awareness in their daily lives. You might say that these letters are a master's course for those who are ready to put foot to the path which I traveled when on earth in Palestine. You may doubt that the above words are true. As you read these pages and go into the facts I'm giving you concerning existence and the origins of personality, you will realize that this truth could only have come from the highest source. Those who have difficulty in understanding the letters should read them a page at a time, then put them aside and meditate. Gradually, the meaning will seep into your consciousness, for these pages are a link between your consciousness and my transcendent consciousness. Come to these letters with a mind as free of ideas and beliefs and prejudices as a very little child before she is indoctrinated with human belief. Bring me your uncluttered mind, a seeking mind, and I will fill it with true treasure, the treasure of highest knowledge which, as you absorb it, will lighten your daily load and lead you into green pastures of brightest light, signifying abundance, joy, rapture, and fulfillment of every need. You will come to know how it feels to be abundantly blessed with all that exists beyond your present human comprehension. These letters are sent to all people throughout the world with my compassion and love. As you read them, you will feel the love and the compassion and will come to realize that your daily struggles with existence were never intended for you. There is no need for you to experience pain and stress when you understand, absorb, and practice the truth of existence consistently. The purpose behind these letters: they are intended to bring enlightenment to the world generally, to enable humanity to construct a new consciousness during the next 2,000 years. These letters are the seeds of the future spiritual evolution of humankind. Note well, it is the spiritual evolution of the human consciousness that brings about the mental and physical evolution in your personal and global lives and brings humanity into ever more harmonious states of well-being. If you find this hard to believe, reflect on the past 2,000 years and see what has been accomplished since I last spoke to people in person. There has been a gradual evolutionary trend towards the brotherly love I constantly preached to the Jews. When I walked the earth, there were no such humanitarian organizations as you have now. Ambition, greed, and self-gratification were regarded as normal behavior. There was little brotherly love even amongst the Jews whose prophets, for generations, had exhorted them to love their neighbors as themselves. As humanity has developed its capacity for brotherly love, so has humanity made life more pleasant and comfortable for itself in the form of mutual consideration, courtesy, kindness, and in the provision of hospitals, child welfare societies, care of the aged, human rights movements, and many other institutions devoted to the improvement of the human condition. All these have been born in the hearts and minds of those who sincerely heeded my original words spoken in Palestine, urging people towards brotherly love and compassion for their fellow men. This form of spiritual caring and brotherly love gained tremendous impetus in the 19th century, when my words were preached with renewed sincerity and intensity from pulpits and gladly received by earnest and sincere congregations. Preachers and congregations were, by that time, spread worldwide on every continent. The Sabbath was truly regarded as a day of rest, and the thoughts of the majority of Christian people were lifted to the contemplation of the power of God. Such a worldwide cessation from normal duties and occupations meant that a 24-hour-long elevation of conscious thought towards the divine creative power created a regular and powerful human divine consciousness underpinning and interthreading human lives. Human petition drew the power of the divine into the human consciousness and human experience and led directly to growth and expansion in every facet of human life. However, people did not yet know how to mentally direct divine power into spiritual rather than ego channels of creativity. Consequently, the expansion of collective consciousness brought evil results arising out of the ego power as well as the good results produced by the spiritual consciousness of inspired and enlightened people. So how was that reading? I, the Christ, have come to speak directly to you. Wow, and more wows. I have come to rectify the misinterpretations of the teachings that I gave as Jesus of Nazareth 2020 years ago. And as further stated in letter 5, I have come to dispel the myth that have surrounded my teachings and my human persona as Jesus of Nazareth. Wow! Dear brothers and dear sisters, is this not a shocking opening statement? For any one of us who knows about Jesus, who has been brought up in the Christian faith, or who knows Jesus just plainly through the New Testament, this is a shocking revelation. And this is
a wonderful, sublime, and shocking document. You can't believe the many incredible revelations in it, and that after all, if you approach this document at least with half an open mind, you will have to admit that this document comes from a very high source. It's no mere baloney. Please, dear brother, dear sister, if you feel any kind of curiosity, any urge, any impulse, any call in your heart to follow through with me, at least for a few videos, please do so. Please do so. Okay? Thanks so much for being here with me today in this opening reading of letter 1. Please hit the button below to subscribe to my channel. Give me a like if you like this video, and thanks so much for sharing with friends. I love you all. See you later, alligator.